Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot and today we'll be making another video at long last. It has been a long time. Today we'll be doing a 1/400 scale fictional airport update of my Jacksonville Fictional Model Airport. This is the 27th update and this is for December of 2023. It has been a long time since I made a video. Last time we made a video was in April. And yes, I've gotten lots of requests to do some more YouTube videos, and here we are today. So I know a lot of you are really excited for this, so I'd like to welcome everybody to this premiere. Jacksonville has changed quite a bit since last time I made an airport day of this wonderful establishment. It's a great establishment, right? Yeah, and that was back in January of 2023, so lots have changed at the airport. There's lots of brand new models in today's airport day. There's around 30 new models, so yes, I wasn't included about all the new models I've gotten since last update. This is show them off, and yeah, this is show them off, and they haven't really got a YouTube video before, so yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of these for the first time in today's video. So yes, so I'll go over the changes at the model airport has undertaken in the last few months, and yeah, we'll proceed on from there. So Terminal 3 has changed quite a bit. I've added a few more gates over to Terminal 3 right here. So these are some glass jet bridges I got from Aviation Test quite a bit ago. I figured I wanted to use them in the airport update, so there you go. Yeah, they're looking great there. Just to house some more Delta gates and some SkyTeam gates as well. We have a few new airlines over here. We got Avianca, Air Transat, and then Eurowings Discover, ITA Airways, and Condor and Singapore have all joined the party. All these airlines are over at Terminal 3 except for Singapore, which they are in the Star Alliance section of Terminal 1. So there you go. And then Terminal 2 is about the same over here. Nothing has really changed there. Just some new models there. And then Terminal 1, I've added a few extra gates, especially right here. I moved JetBlue over to Terminal 1 since they have a little action going on with American Airlines. So yep, they have that Northeast Alliance, which I believe the Justice Department did strike down, but there you go. I may be wrong on that. And then we got an extra gate over at the United section, I do believe. So yes, I was trying to cram in as many models as I can over this airport, because I am running out of little room to store models. That will be changing soon. Yeah, which is some good news. I'll be able to get some more models, and hint, there may be another video covering my collection coming soon. That's not a hint. It is a pretty true statement there. So stay tuned for that. That should be out in the next few weeks. So yes. So nonetheless, we'll be starting off with some aircraft. So we'll start off all the aircraft taxiing around the airport. There's lots of them in today's update, just to make this airport update a little bit more special. Then we'll proceed on to the terminals over there. So we'll be starting off with our first aircraft. So starting off with the first aircraft, here are the wonderful altitude models. JetBlue Airbus A320-200. This is a West Coast diecast exclusive, so I'd like to proudly feature their model in today's airport day. I do have a code for them. Use code JTPilot over at their store for 5% off your order. They're a great retail store, and they're one of my best friends in this aviation community. So, yeah. All right, moving on to our next aircraft. We got the Spirit Airbus A320-200. NG have released a bunch of Spirit aircraft over the last few months. Yeah, they've been going crazy with Spirit aircraft. I'm personally really liking it. NG have been releasing some good sets of releases recently. I got a bunch of new NGs in today's video. So this NG Spirit Airbus A320-200 with winglets / sharklets, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, this Spirit Airbus A320-200, what a great model. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived from Boston. That is a brand new Spirit route. Spirit has been undertaking a little expansion over at Jacksonville, so that's pretty great to hear. So this Spirit Airbus A320 will be heading out to Boston. Our next aircraft is another new model. This is the JetBlue Airbus A321-200 with R200 sticker on it. I believe this aircraft has been repainted just back into the normal livery. This was a this was an air show exclusive. The Airliners International 2023 exclusive model, so that's NG's exclusive for the air show. Air show, we'll call it that. I did miss out going that. Maybe next year we'll go, or maybe the year after that. We'll see. So yeah, so this JetBlue Airbus A320-200 has just arrived in. We'll say he's arrived in from. We'll do Los Angeles for him, and he'll be making a return flight back out there. Our next aircraft is a fantastic NG model Southwest Airlines, man. So very similar to Max 8 in the MUA 1 livery. What a beautiful livery. This aircraft will say is just riding from Chicago Midway and will be heading out to Baltimore, Washington. So, what a great NG model, and this is definitely one of my favorite models of this year. I do kind of want to make a video of my top 10 favorite models, so let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that. Our next aircraft is this JetBlue Airbus A220-300. This is another new Gemini Jets models. I got this model quite a bit ago, but this is a new model to the channel at least. So, yeah, pretty good Gemini model. I mean, the mold's okay, but you know, we got a JetBlue A220. Yeah, let's take it. So this JetBlue A220, we'll say he has just arrived in. We'll do Boston for him as well, and yeah, we'll be making a return flight back out there in a bit. Our next aircraft over here is the beautiful NG Miles Alaska Airlines Boeing 747-900ER in the More to Love livery. Yeah, this is one NG's newest release. It's sad that Alaska has retired this beautiful livery, but we got a model for him, so that's all that matters. I used to have this model by Herpa 1500 back in the good old days of collecting in 2020, so it's been almost 4 years ago. That's crazy since I've owned this model. So yeah, owned this model 1500, I should say. So this new NG 747-900, we'll say he has just arrived from San Diego, and he'll be making a return flight out there. I'm going to go over here for a few of these models. Alright, sorry about that cut there. We're moving on to our next model, which is another new model to the YouTube channel. At least this is a beautiful NG model Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Lone Star 1 livery. We'll say this aircraft, he's just arrived in from Amarillo in Texas, and he'll be heading out to Midland in Texas also. A few Texan destinations, why not? It's our first airport day back on the channel, so that's one to feature a few random Texas cities that Southwest flies to. So hopefully those routes do well. We'll have to see about that, but what a beautiful NG model. And yeah. Moving on to our next model, this is a pretty good Gemini Jets model here, which is the Condor Airbus A330-900 Neo. And this is in the green tail. Yeah, green colors we'll call it. So this Condor A330-900 Neo has arrived from Frankfurt, even making a return flight out there. One of our new airlines over at Jacksonville. So yeah. Speaking of new airlines, we got the mighty Singapore Airlines Airbus A380-800, and this is that beautiful Aviation 400 model. I know that this isn't realistic for Singapore to fly to a Florida airport, but I just had to buy this model from Aviation 400. Always wanted an AV400 A380, and this is the one that kind of suited me the best in my collection. So, yeah, what a beautiful aircraft. Yeah, really love the beacon lights, the antennas, the retractable landing gear. It is just a fantastic model. So yeah, so once again, we'll say this aircraft, he has just arrived in. We'll say he was riding from Frankfurt, making a return flight out there, and he'll be eventually making it back to Singapore. Yeah, Singapore is too far away for this aircraft to fly to non-stop, so it has to make a stopover in Frankfurt. Moving on to our next aircraft, we have the beautiful JetBlue Airbus A320-200 in the high-rise tail. So this is another fantastic altitude model, and yeah, another West Coast diecast exclusive here. So this JetBlue A320-200, he is just riding from New York LaGuardia and making a return flight out there. Pretty fantastic to finally have a high-rise model in my collection. Moving on to our next aircraft here, the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 747-MAX 9. We'll say he is just riding from Chicago O'Hare and be making a return flight out there. I did get to fly on this aircraft a few months ago from Chicago O'Hare to Miami, Florida. That was a really great flight. Yeah, I really enjoyed flying on the United MAX 9, and this is in the Continental Global area. So I did get to fly on one of the older ones. Unfortunately, I didn't get to experience a new cabin, but I'll take flying on the MAX 9 in general. So it was a really fantastic experience. So yeah, I did that flight back in June. So yeah. Yeah, and this is the new NG model that they released back in February. So right after I take a little break from YouTube. So yeah, so this is a great model here, and yeah, just perfect. Hopefully NG will do the Evo Blue version soon. I would definitely buy it. Moving on to our next aircraft is the beautiful KLM Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. Not a new model, but I just wanted to feature it again. This aircraft has arrived in, we'll say, from Amsterdam and make a return flight out there, and that's kind of the only destination it could really fly to. And next off, we got another old model in the collection. At least this, the Edelweiss was A340-300 from Phoenix. He's just riding from Zurich and making a turn flight out there, so carrying some tourists over to Jacksonville. Moving on to our next aircraft here we have another new model here. It's the Gemini Jets United Boeing 767-400ER. Yes, Gemini's finally released a 764 mold, and now everybody's releasing one. NG and Panda will be releasing some 767-400 soon. The Gemini mold is really mediocre. If you guys see the review, seen a review on my Instagram page, but yeah, pretty mediocre molds. And yeah, the models are okay. I'm just glad to have them, but they will definitely be getting replaced soon. But yeah, so this United 767-400 Intercontinental Globe livery, a little tongue twister there. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived from Washington Dulles and making a return flight out there. And yeah, so he's making his landing there. Alright, we got some obscure models here. So I just wanted to feature them just because I got these recently from a Panda Fox clearance sale. Just because why not? Yeah, so we had my first Chinese model in the collection. We got the China Sovereign Boeing 747-MAX 8. So we'll say he has just arrived. So this aircraft, we'll give a little backstory. He's been in storage quite a bit since the MAX groundings in the COVID pandemic. So this aircraft will be heading over to the maintenance hangar. He'll be getting repainted into the Air India Express livery, and he'll be heading over to India. And we'll say he'll have a stopover in, we'll say he'll have a stopover in, we'll say like Tokyo, Japan. Why not? A little random aircraft there, but I did want to get some sort of Chinese model in my collection just to represent China, so there you go. It's a pretty nice Gemini model, so yeah, no new model to the collection. And the same story can be said for our next aircraft, which is the beautiful Scandinavian Airlines Boeing 747-700 in the new livery. I really like the sleek, modern livery on this aircraft, so I just had to get this Gemini model. I know it's a really mediocre model, but yeah. So we'll say this aircraft has just arrived in, we'll say he's riding from, Copenhagen with a stopover in Reykjavik, Keflavik. He'll be heading over to the maintenance hangar, and he'll be getting a new Canadian North livery, so he'll be getting transferred over to the airline. And yeah, so yeah, pretty exciting news there. And yeah, this is just an okay Gemini model, but it's still a pretty nice model in my book at least. In this terms of just the model itself. Yeah, pretty confusing statement there. Yeah, let's ignore that. Moving on to our next model. We got the Allegiant Airbus A320-200 with sharklets. He has just arrived in from Pittsburgh, and he'll be making a return flight out to Columbus Rickenbacker. So, there you go. Moving on to our next aircraft, we got the Frontier Airbus A321-200. We'll say he has just arrived in from Denver, and will be making a return flight out there. This is a pretty mediocre Gemini model. NG have finally released or at least announced their first Frontier model, which is a Frontier A318. Hopefully, they'll be releasing Frontier models soon. At long last, it's been a high request for me from NG. So, yeah, and I can finally replace all these mediocre Gemini models. This is just an okay model, so yeah. Then moving on to our next aircraft, not a new model. So a lot of these recent models over here haven't been new. This is a Southwest 747-700 Heart livery. We'll say he's just arriving from Providence and Rhode Island, and we'll be heading out to White Plains. So yeah, a little different route there. Moving on to our next aircraft, we got the Norse 787-9. He's just arriving from Oslo in Norway, so pretty cool aircraft there. Our next aircraft is another Scandinavian aircraft, so we got two right here. This Scandinavian A350-900, and this has just arrived from Copenhagen and making a return flight out there. This is an actual passenger flight there. Our next aircraft is another new NG Spirit aircraft. It's the NG Spirit A320-200 with fin tips. We'll say he has just arrived in from, we'll do Baltimore for him, and making a return flight out there. Our next aircraft is another new NG here. What a beautiful NG model here. This is the NG JetBlue over A320-200 in the mint leaf style. The brand new JetBlue livery is a pretty good update from the older livery, so great to see a all blue livery 700 Euro white. This aircraft has arrived in from New York JFK, and we can return flight out there. Alright, our next aircraft is the Delta 747-900ER. What a fantastic model here. Not a new model, but it's a fantastic NG nonetheless. He's just arrived in from Salt Lake City, making a return flight out there. Moving on to our next aircraft. Here, the Air Canada Boeing 747-MAX 8. He has just arrived in from Toronto and Pearson, making a return flight out there. And the final aircraft taxi round in this portion of this video is the Copo Boeing 747-800 in the retro livery. Another new NG model I got recently. What a beautiful NG model. Really love this model. And I had to get it just because of the beautiful retro livery. I don't typically collect international special liveries, but this one I just had to get, so yeah, this aircraft, he's just riding from Panama City and making a return flight out there. So we'll be moving on to Terminal 1, which is coming up right now. Alright, moving on to Terminal 1. So not much has really changed over here. We just got a few new models. So this United 747-700, we'll say he has just arrived in, we'll say We'll do Houston Hobby for him. I mean, not Houston Hobby, Houston Intercontinental for him. Our beautiful United Ben 757 Stranger in the Hurrah here in New York livery. He is just riding from, we'll say, Newark for him, and making a return flight out there. The United Ben 747-900 ER has just arrived in from Los Angeles, and making a return flight out there. Yeah, these are all old models, except for, these are all old models here. No new models there. Moving on to our next model, this is a new model. This is a beautiful NG model. It's United Airlines, but 77 This is the 2020 release. This is a CRP model. I just had to get this model. I always wanted a United 787-10 in my collection. Hope to get the 787-9 soon. That has just been announced by AV400. So that will be joining the collection in the near future. So, yeah, what a beautiful model here. So, he's just getting his passengers loaded, and we'll say he'll be doing a flight out to. We'll do a domestic wide-body flight, and yeah, we'll do a domestic wide-body flight, and he'll be going out to Chicago O'Hare, just because why not? Just because why not? Our next model is the beautiful Gemini Jets British Airways Service A350-1000. Yeah, not a new model here. This is the older Gemini release. This aircraft has just arrived from Heathrow. Yeah, London Heathrow Airport, and making a return flight back out there. Another new model here is the American 787-8. This is the fantastic NG models version. He's just arrived in from Dallas Fort Worth, and making a return flight out there. Another domestic wide-body flight there. Yeah, Jacksonville's been seeing a lot of demand, so yeah, all these major airlines got to send their wide-bodies over to Jacksonville to fulfill the demand. So a lot of people want to come here, so that's pretty exciting to hear. Our next aircraft is the fantastic NG models Alaska Ben 747-800 in the new Salmon 30 Salmon livery, or the Salmon People livery. I did get to see this aircraft at Chicago O'Hare back in the summer. It's such a beautiful aircraft in model form and in real life. Great to have this model in my collection, and yeah. So this aircraft has arrived from Seattle and making a return flight out there. The next aircraft is the JetBlue Airbus A320 in the high-rise tail once again, but this time he's got a little mismatched winglet on there. Nose. So yeah, just because why not? And I did get this model free from West Coast Diecast, so thank you guys. So yeah, so I just had to include this model in today's update. So yeah, we'll say this aircraft, we'll do a unique flight for him. He's just riding from Albany and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to our next aircraft. So sorry about the cuts throughout this video. I do have a little cold, so I cough a little every once in a while, so just ignore that. I am feeling better, so yeah. Anyway, so this American Airbus A321 Studer in the beautiful Medal of Honor livery. Not a new model, but this is a fantastic NG model here. He's just arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor and making a return flight out there. That flight has been upgraded to the A321. Been seeing a lot of demand there, so yeah. Our next aircraft is the beautiful NG models American 737-800, and this is without winglet logos here. This aircraft, we'll say he has just arrived in. We'll do Charlotte Douglas for him, so a 738 route. Been seeing a lot of those recently, so there you go. Then the American Airbus A319 here. We'll say he has just arrived in from New York LaGuardia here. He's be making a return flight out there. Yeah, that's the older Gemini release here. Hope to see some NG releases of some American A319s and A320s soon. And our next aircraft is the American Bombardier CRJ-700, so American Eagle flight here. He's just arrived in from Washington National and be making a return flight out there. So that's it for all the aircraft from Terminal 1. Let's move on over to Terminal 2. Before we move on over to Terminal 2, let's cover some taxiing aircraft in this region. Our first aircraft is the beautiful Gemini Jet Southwest Spin 747-MAX 8. This is, I believe, the second release. So yeah, there you go, second release aircraft here. We'll say he has just arrived in from, we'll do Las Vegas for him, and he'll be heading out to Oakland soon. And that's not a new model, by the way. Our next aircraft is the Southwest 747-700 with split skimmer wing. This is the Panama's release. NG will soon be releasing some Part 700s at long last. I'm excited for those, and yeah, you bet I'll be including them in airport updates. The Panama's ones are great, but NG will probably do them slightly better. I just hope NG, the heart livery on the NGs isn't too dark, because that's been a problem recently. So yeah, so this Panama 747-700 in the heart livery, the second release with splits. Let's say he has just arrived in from, we'll say Oklahoma City. Let's do a different route here, and he'll be heading out to New Orleans later on today. All right, so moving on to the southwest section of Terminal 2. I had to bring the ring light over here just to give it some extra light. It's a little dark over here, so Yeah, so we'll be starting with some Southwest models. There's a lot of new models over here. We got brand new Southwest models, and there's a bunch more coming soon. So, starting off our first one, we got the beautiful Southwest Airlines Bend Suffering Sonage Andrew in the New Mexico 1 livery. Finally got the New Mexico 1 livery in my collection. NG just released this model recently, so one of my newest models in the collection. So, yeah, so New Mexico 1, we'll say he's just arrived in from Albuquerque, New Mexico, or the Sunport. And he'll be making a return flight out to, we'll send him out to, we'll do New York LaGuardia for him. Our next aircraft is the new NG model Southwest Bend 747 MAX 8. And yeah, it's a little too dark, but yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. But other than that, the model is pretty good, so yeah. This aircraft has just arrived in from Denver, and we'll send him out to San Diego later on today. The next model is the brand new Panama Southwest Bend 747 in the Heart 2 livery. Great to have this model in my collection. So yeah. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from St. Louis, and he'll be heading out to, we'll do, what's another hub we can do for Southwest? We'll say Atlanta, Georgia for him. Our next model is another Southwest Bend 700 in the Harley splits. So that's the Panda release from a few years ago. This aircraft, we'll say he has just arrived in from, we'll do Birmingham, Alabama for him. And we'll send, and he will be going off to, we'll do Tulsa, Oklahoma for him in a bit. Our next aircraft is the fantastic NG Models Cannon Blue Bend 747-800 with splits. What a beautiful model there. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from, what's another route we can do? We'll do, yeah, let's do Philadelphia for him, and yeah, we'll send him. We'll send him back out to Long Island. All right, moving on to our next aircraft. Here we have the Southwest Bend 747 in the Heart livery, and this is the third NG release. He has arrived in from Raleigh, Durham. He'll be heading out to Rochester, New York soon. And moving on to some Spirit aircraft. So we've got some more NG Spirit aircraft. Yes, these will be the last ones in today's video, but in the next airport day, we should have a few more new Spirit models. There's a lot of new Spirits that are coming out from NG, so. Our next Spirit aircraft is this Spirit Airbus A320neo. So yeah, this is a brand new NG release. He has arrived in from Dallas-Fort Worth. He'll be making a return flight back out there. Our next aircraft is the beautiful NG Spirit Airbus A320neo, one of my favorite NG models of this year. This aircraft has arrived in from Chicago O'Hare, and he'll be making a return flight out there. Our next aircraft is the Gemini Frontier Airbus A320neo in the Poppy the Prairie Dog tail. This is a pretty mediocre Gemini model, so hopefully NG will release some more Frontiers soon. So this Frontier Airbus A320neo, this is the Airbus A320neo from Gemini Jets. We'll be heading out to Trenton in New Jersey soon. Our next aircraft is this interesting Panama Sun Country 747 with splits with the wonderful repaired winglet that broke off a year ago. So that's pretty unfortunate, but we got this model in our airport today. So this Sun Country 747 will be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And our sole Breeze aircraft to today's airport date, this Breeze Airbus A220-300, has just arrived in from Provo in Utah. That's a new route. And he'll be heading out to Las Vegas in the coming hours. So that's it for all the aircraft from... That's it from all the aircraft from Terminal 2. Let's move on over to Terminal 3. Alright, so moving on to some more taxiing aircraft. And these are between Terminal 2 and Terminal 3. We had the Delta Airbus A321-200 with Sharkless, so that's the NG 2020 release. He has just arrived in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and making a return flight out there. The Delta Boeing 717 has arrived in from Raleigh, Durham, and making a return flight out there. So these are all older models here. And then the Panama's Allegiant Airbus A319-100 has arrived in from Bloomington, and will be heading out to Charlotte Concord in the next few hours. And alright, so moving on over to Terminal 3. So we got some exciting action here, lots of new exciting models. So starting off the first aircraft, we have the beautiful Gemini Jets Delta Connection Bird E175. So, what a great Gemini model here. They have really impressed me with this release. A lot of the releases this year have been mediocre, but this model is fantastic. I'm glad they chose this model to be the one fantastic model this year. It is a great Gemini release. They did the best effort they could possibly do on this release, so I applaud Gemini for that. I don't applaud them too much. I don't applaud them too much as of recent, but this model deserves some applause. So, yeah, this Delta Connection 175, where has he arrived in from? So he's arrived in from Boston, and he's making a return flight out there, and this is a Republic flight. Our next aircraft is the beautiful NG Models Delta Airbus A321neo. He has arrived in from Los Angeles, and he's making a return flight out there. The next aircraft is the beautiful brand new NG models Delta Airlines A319-100. What a beautiful model here. Definitely one of my favorite models here. This aircraft has arrived in from Cincinnati and we're making a return flight out there. Alright, the beautiful Delta pencil here. The Delta 757 Tundra from NG. What a fantastic release here. We'll say he has just arrived in from, we'll do another flight from Atlanta. There's 2 Atlanta flights in today's video, but it's a pretty popular route, so Delta's got to have a few aircraft on the route. So this 757 has arrived in from Atlanta, Georgia today. What a beautiful model. Our next aircraft isn't a Delta aircraft, but it's in the Delta section since it's a Delta partner. And this is the WestJet 747-700. And yeah, this is another new NG release here. He has just arrived in from Calgary and making a return flight out there. And the final aircraft in the Delta section is the beautiful General Jets Delta Airlines with 767-400 in the normal Delta livery with that sticker on it. Yeah, this is another mediocre release here, but it's great to have a Delta 764 in my collection at long last. This aircraft has just arrived in from Atlanta and making a return flight out there, another domestic Delta wide-body flight. Alright, so moving on to some more models here in the international terminal now, the terminal. For here we have the beautiful Gemini Jets Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330-900 Neo, another new model here. This aircraft has arrived in from Manchester and making a return flight out there, so what a great Virgin Atlantic flight there. Here we have the beautiful aviation forwarder ITA Airways Service A350-900. This aircraft has arrived in from Rome Fiumicino Airport and making a return flight out there. What a beautiful model here, and yeah, I've always wanted to get an ITA Airways model in my collection. I finally did so this year. Moving on to our next model, we got another NG CRP model here. Here are the NG Eurowings Discover Airbus A330 or Discover Airlines. Now they've rebranded themselves. So this Eurowings Discover Airbus A330 or Discover Airlines A330 has just arrived from Frankfurt and making a return flight out there. Moving on to our next aircraft here, the Iceland Airbus 747 MAX 9. He has arrived in from Reykjavik, Keflavik. He'll be making a return flight out there. Another new NG model here. What a fantastic NG model. They really knocked it out of the park with this model, and the magenta tail is quite beautiful. We got another new NG model here, so yeah, we got more new NGs here. We got the NG, my camera got out of focus there. We got the NG Air Transat Airbus A321 Neo. He has arrived in from Toronto, Pearson, and we're making a return flight out there. Then moving on to our next model, we got the beautiful Avianca Airbus A320 student in the Alaska Heritage Shot. We'll be getting the regular livery Avianca A320 soon from NG, so yeah, another new NG model here. What a beautiful model. He has arrived from Bogota in Colombia and making a return flight out there in the coming hours. And we got a few more taxiing aircraft here. Here are the Flairbus 747 Android. He has just arrived from Kitchener Waterloo, and he'll be heading out to London and Canada soon. And moving on to our final aircraft in this video, here at the beautiful Cayman Airways 747 MAX 8. He's just riding from Grand Cayman and making a return flight out there. I have just visited the Cayman Islands this year on that trip that I took in June. It's quite beautiful there, and this model is a pretty nostalgic model for me now, and yes, one model I've cherished for quite a long time. So once again, this aircraft will be heading out to Grand Cayman. And alright guys, that does conclude today's YouTube video. So yes, and that was the Jacksonville Fictional Airport day number 27 for December of 2023. So that is it for today's video. We'll be doing a pretty lengthy channel update right now. So let's get started. So I am back on YouTube now. It's been a long time. So a lot of you have requested me for months. People have been like, where's your videos at? Where are your videos? Yeah, we missed your YouTube videos. And I've just taken a long break from YouTube. Had a lot going on in my life as of recent, a lot of good things and bad things. So yes, a lot of good things like my aspiration to become a pilot. I've made lots of progress towards that, including taking a ground school class, and we'll be soon taking the FAA exam and getting my first class medical. That'll be coming soon. And then yes, I've toured the college where I'll be going to pursue my aviation degree to become a commercial pilot. So that is pretty exciting. And content for that will be coming soon. And yeah. And my plan for this YouTube channel is to continue doing model content for at least the next year or so until I become a private pilot, and my content then will be shifting over to that. I'll become a private pilot and then get all my ratings and then become a commercial pilot in the near future. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a lengthy and time-consuming process, but the payoff is going to be well worth it at the end. So yes, I want to. Yeah, so I just want to pursue my dreams, and I will be coming soon. And yeah, so and that's why the YouTube has taken a yeah, that's why YouTube content has taken a break. And plus, I haven't been as motivated as much recently, but my motivation has increased recently, and that's why I decided today just to make another YouTube video for you guys. It's been a long time, so yes, we'll be having some content coming soon. It's not gonna be as frequent as it used to be, but we'll still have airport dates. We'll have another collection video coming soon, which will have at least 250 models, which is crazy. Yeah, another collection video coming soon. I do plan on making model reviews again. I won't be doing as many news videos though. I mean, plus this really didn't do too well, so yeah, you guys, according to my analytics, you guys like the airport updates, like the collection videos, so that's what we'll be doing. Um, yes, and you guys like the model reviews. I'll only do model reviews for models that are really significant. I'm not going to do them for every single model I get in the mail. And plus, I got my Instagram account for that. If you guys really want to see a review for every single model I get, it's in my Instagram account. The link for that is in the description below. So, yes, and then I may do hints / predictions for indie releases. I'm not sure yet, but that will stick to Instagram for now. It's much easier for me to do them on there anyways, and it's much easier to get the rights for photos and that kind of stuff. I don't really like doing the hints / predictions videos with the photos. I know I give credit to all the photographers, but I don't really like putting their photos in my videos. So that's why that's why I don't plan on bringing those back. Yeah. Anyways. Moving on to the next thing. So. Yeah. So I've gone over my plan to become a pilot. We've done that. We've gone over this wonderful establishment here. And yeah, Jacksonville updates will be. I do plan on bringing them back monthly, at least every other month. That's the plan. Whenever I get some free time, and now it's the winter time. I do have a little bit more free time, so that's why I'm bringing back the YouTube videos. So likely for the rest of December, we'll have at least 1 or 2 more videos. We'll have the collection video, which will be coming out probably in the next 2 weeks, I should say. And then at the end of the year, I want to do a recap video with the top 10 models that were released from the manufacturers this year. The ones I've received, I'm not going to cover models I haven't received and haven't reviewed, because that's kind of unfair, especially if the models are bad. Yeah, some people may say they're good, and I receive them and they're bad, and then yeah, I don't want to sway people in the wrong way by ranking models I don't even have in my collection. So yeah. So is there anything else I want to say? Yeah. So I'd like to thank everybody for attending this premiere. Thank you, everybody. And yes, I would like to also thank everybody for helping me reach 800 subscribers. It did happen a few months ago, but yeah, hopefully we'll get to 1,000. I do want to do something special at 1,000, but yeah, the YouTube channel's gone on autopilot for a little bit too long. I should say way too long, but yeah, so yeah, YouTube videos are back. I know it's been a dream for a lot of people, and I felt bad saying, oh, I don't plan on doing YouTube videos for a while. So yeah, I'm glad they're back today, and hopefully everybody's enjoyed this video. And yeah, so once again, I am JT Pilot, and I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. And please like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, so alright everybody, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching today, and have a wonderful day, and I hope you can achieve your dreams and passions soon. Have a wonderful day.